Bloop, bloop, bloop. Weekday mornings at 9 on ABC 7.
Good morning, America. President Trump heads to the border this morning after talks to end the shutdown completely break down. The president walked out of that White House meeting with Democratic leaders. Now some Republicans in a last-minute scramble to find a new deal as 800,000 workers brace for no paycheck tomorrow. We're live on the border.
New winter storm alert as heavy snow pummels New York and causes spinouts. A fast-moving system now bringing a deep freeze from the plains to the northeast, and the new warning this weekend.
Breaking overnight. The high-speed police chase caught on camera. A stolen van slamming into traffic lights, plowing through cars. How they finally caught the suspect.
Overnight, new footage emerges of the embattled singer R. Kelly in a Chicago club as Lady Gaga takes a stand, pulling their hit song, calling the allegations against him horrifying and indefensible.
The $137 billion divorce battle. Amazon founder Jeff Bezos and his wife of 25 years calling it quits. His new relationship, and is his soon-to-be ex-wife about to become the richest woman in the world?
And the music taking a bite out of the Billboard charts. How did the children's song Baby Shark become one of the biggest hits? Everyone from LeBron James to Josh Groban singing it.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA with Robin Roberts, George Stephanopoulos, and Michael Strahan.
Okay, we're going to start off with an apology. You're not going to get that song out of your head all morning long.
Already stuck in my head.
Good morning, America. Great to have Cecilia here.
I'm surprised that neither of you had heard that song until today, and now you're going to hear it all morning long.
Yeah, we want to get right to that latest on the government shutdown. Absolute stalemate right now. President Trump's going to head to the border today to make his case. I want to show you the scene in McAllen, Texas. That's where the president is going to tour this afternoon.
As you said, Georgia president is headed there as the government shutdown entered day 20, which is one day away from matching the longest shutdown on record.
Yeah, and what happens next could depend on a very small group of Republicans and whether they decide to go against the president. Our senior national correspondent Mary Bruce has more on that from Capitol Hill. Mary, despite the president's insistence that his party is unified over this shutdown this morning, there are some cracks in the ranks.
Yes, Cecilia. Well, the president is adamant that the party backs him in this fight, repeatedly stressing here on the Hill yesterday that there is no wavering. But this morning there are signs that the GOP support is splintering. At least 4 moderate Republicans are uneasy, suggesting they want to reopen the government with or without the funding for the president's wall. They have brought some of their concerns to the president, but Cecilia, it is clear the president isn't budging. The senators did huddle here on the Hill late yesterday with some of their Republican colleagues and White House advisor Jared Kushner to see if they can come up with some kind of compromise that can get bipartisan support. But these are just discussions right now. And so far, the Republican leader in the Senate, Mitch McConnell, is still insisting that he will not bring up any measure to fund the government unless he is certain that the president is on board.
Yeah, and Democrats really ramping up the pressure on McConnell. But there seems to be no end in sight. And the president, it seems, to be leaning closer to declaring this national emergency now.
Yet there is still this one more card that the president could play. He could declare that national emergency, which would allow him to go around Congress and use military funds to build his border wall. We know the White House is looking into this option and the legal ramifications of all of this. But here on the Hill, it is a highly divisive idea, even within the Republican Party. Some of the president's top allies say they don't even know if this move is legal, and it would almost certainly be challenged in the courts. But Cecilia, it is a way that the president could possibly claim a political win while coming up with a way to reopen the government.
Yeah, division in the administration as well. Okay, Mary, thanks.
Let's bring that question out of John Carl, our chief White House correspondent. John, as Mary just talked about, there is some opposition in Republican ranks to this idea of declaring a national emergency, with the president clearly considering it. One of the big questions is what kind of a precedent it would set.
Absolutely, and some conservatives worried about what it means in terms of executive power, but I'm told it is an option that the White House lawyers have actually been working on for months before this current impasse. Top official I spoke to, though, does not expect the president will do it immediately, still trying to get some kind of an agreement through Congress. Meanwhile, the president is heading to the Mexican border today, where he hopes to make a dramatic appeal for his border wall. With shutdown talks broken down, the president is making a trip to the Mexican border. His first trip there since he surveyed prototypes of his promised wall nearly a year ago. The president's trip follows a dramatic scene at the White House, where he walked out on talks with Democratic leaders unwilling to give him any taxpayer money for his border wall. The president's meeting with congressional leaders lasted just 14 minutes.
He sort of slammed the table, and when Leader Pelosi said she didn't agree with the wall, he just walked out and said, "We have nothing to discuss."
The president on Twitter called it a total waste of time.
I think the president made his position very clear today that there will be no deal without a wall.
Meanwhile, some 800,000 federal workers are caught in the crossfire, most of them to go without the paycheck they are due to receive tomorrow. We asked the president whether he'd consider signing bills to fund parts of the government not related to his dispute with Democrats over border security.
John, do you think I should just sign?
I'm saying that if you sign that, these workers can start getting paid. The government can start working.
So you would do that if you were in my position? You'd do that?
I'm not in your position. I'm asking you if that's something you
I'm asking you, would you do that if you were in my position? Because if you would do that, you should never be in this position. Because you'd never get anything done. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President. The president will go right to the banks of the Rio Grande today, where he'll be briefed by Border Patrol agents on the situation at the border. Meanwhile, Cecilia, there are no further talks scheduled here in Washington between the president and Democrats.
Yeah, complete breakdown. But we are glad you are in your position, John. Thank you. And President Trump will be in McAllen, Texas this afternoon, minutes from the busiest area along the border for illegal crossings. Our chief national correspondent, Matt Gutman, has been on the ground there speaking with those officers who patrol that border. But, Matt, not everyone there wants this wall.
That's right, Cecilia. And we spent the day with the Border Patrol chief who will brief the president today. He took us to what he said is the busiest spot along the entirety of the border, a spot where he says hundreds of migrants and asylum seekers pour in every day, a process that seemed routine on both sides.
We'll make sure that they're seen by a medical professional. We'll give them some dry clothes, give them a meal if they need to bathe.
With U.S. agencies overwhelmed here in the Rio Grande Valley, that means these migrants will likely be released into the U.S. with a notice to appear in court at some point in the future.
Is that what the president calls catch and release?
If there was detention space for a mother and a child at a family residential center, we will make that call first. But if there's not a detention space, they will put an ankle bracelet or some sort of monitoring device, and they will ultimately be released.
Raul Ortiz is the acting chief of the Rio Grande sector. He's the man who will brief the president today. The smugglers delivering migrants in raft after raft.
He's carrying that raft back up.
The Border Patrol helping these women and children up that steep embankment. So many surrendering themselves, we struggle to keep up.
Chief, so in the last maybe 6 minutes that we've been here, I don't know how many you've counted, but it's like, what, 15?
About 15 individuals.
They don't come with anything. These people don't have bags.
The smugglers will take everything from them.
Nearly 700 asylum seekers come through this area every day. A record 25,000 families crossed from Mexico just last month, something the president is calling a humanitarian crisis. It took little Crystal and her mother a month to get here from Honduras, 1,500 miles away. She tells me she got to bring only one thing, that Barbie.
These people have been traveling for months to get here.
We've got our border security mission, and then you've got the humanitarian mission, which this would fall into that humanitarian mission category.
Now, Cecilia, the Border Patrol tells us it's going to ask the president for much more of this steel fencing here in the Rio Grande, something that local politicians here have told us they don't want and don't actually need. Now, it's important to note that that Border Patrol chief and all Border Patrol agents are now not being paid. In fact, the Border Patrol union is now suing the federal government. Cecilia.
And they indeed are. Okay, thank you, Matt. Michael.
All right, thank you, Cecilia. Now to that winter weather that is on the move, snow causing spinouts and temperatures plunging in the Midwest. Well, now the Northeast is also bracing for a deep freeze. Ginger is tracking it all. Good morning, Ginger.
Good morning to you, Michael. Check this out. You could barely see on some of the roads in northeastern Ohio. And right here in western New York, we're up to and already 6+ inches of snow has fallen in some of the lake effect snow bands. So there's still some warnings and advisories up for that. Still some wind gusts of 40 to 50 miles per hour possible in parts of the Appalachians and mid-Atlantic. But you see the winter storm watch back for St. Louis? That's the new storm that everybody's talking about for the weekend. So it really gets going tomorrow in the plains and then really fills in for Kansas City to St. Louis, central Illinois, and central Indiana on Saturday. You could end up with 3 to 6 inches of snow, especially closer to that rain-snow line. And then Sunday, it settles in for the Mid-Atlantic. So I think Northern Virginia through Maryland, George, a sure bet.
Yeah, it's going to be some weekend. Thank you, Ginger. We're going to move on now to some new fallout for R. Kelly from those sexual misconduct allegations. There you see him overnight at a club in Chicago. And now Lady Gaga is taking a stand, pulling the song they sang together from streaming platforms. ABC's Lindsay Davis here with the story. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, George. Lady Gaga says while she can't take back the decision to work with Kelly, she can go forward and continue to support victims of sexual assault. She says she's now vowing to never work with him again and describes her own sexual assault unrelated to Kelly, twisting her thinking.
Overnight, Lady Gaga, the latest star to speak out against R&B star R. Kelly, saying in a statement posted on her Twitter account, "I stand behind these women 1,000%, believe them, know they are suffering and in pain, and feel strongly that their voices should be heard and taken seriously." Adding an apology for working with Kelly on their hit collaboration, "Do What You Want With My Body." Gaga also announcing she intends to remove the 2013 song from iTunes and other streaming sites, adding an apology saying, "I'm sorry, both for my poor judgment when I was young and for not speaking out sooner." All sparked by the explosive Lifetime documentary series Surviving R. Kelly, which showcases several women claiming sexual assault by the singer, allegations he has consistently denied.
No matter how demeaning it felt, a scene, you had to always just play along with it.
New calls pouring into law enforcement after an Illinois prosecutor asked for alleged victims of the singer to come forward.
What I'm trying to do with my office in this time is say, our doors are open to hear you. I can't guarantee outcomes, but I also can't guarantee that we can do an investigation without that participation.
Mute R. Kelly! Editorials calling for radio stations to mute R. Kelly, a hashtag that's been posted more than 30,000 times in the last 7 days.
According to the Chicago Sun-Times, just in the last 24 hours, at least 2 women have brought new allegations of inappropriate conduct to Illinois authorities and more potential legal woes as the management team for R. Kelly's ex-wife tells us Kelly failed to show up in child support court yesterday and now owes more than $120,000, claiming that he has not paid child support since June when Andrea Kelly started speaking out about his alleged abuse.
Wow, a lot more to come. Okay, Lindsay, thanks very much.
Definitely. And we're going to turn now to the new developments in the urgent search for a missing baby in Texas. The FBI is now joining the case of what police are calling a staged kidnapping caught on surveillance video. Marcus Moore is in San Antonio with the latest. Good morning, Marcus.
Good morning, Michael. This is just a bizarre case. San Antonio police are urging the public to help them find 8-month-old King J. Davila, who's been missing since Friday. And this morning, San Antonio police say they are investigating an alleged cover-up.
Watch closely and you will see what San Antonio, Texas police are calling a staged kidnapping. A woman casually walking up to a car left running and unattended at a gas station. She gets in and drives off. This morning, the FBI and police are desperately searching for 8-month-old King J. Davila. Investigators say they believe the baby's father, 34-year-old Christopher Davila, may have set the whole thing up. The baby's mother, Jasmine Gonzalez, was on the phone with Davila last Friday when she says he started yelling his car had been stolen.
And he freaked out. He was panicking. I was like, you know what, hang up, call the cops. I'm going to go ahead and call the cops too so I can push the issue so they can find my son. And they said that they already had sent 2 policemen there, and all of a sudden they started accusing him.
But this morning, authorities say this case is not what it seems, and police do not believe the child was even in the car. And adding to the mystery, police say Davila's cousin is the woman in the video and is seen in another piece of footage walking down a street carrying a car seat.
We can say now without a doubt that this was not a theft, that this was not a car theft. This was not a kidnapping. This was a staged event.
If investigators are right, the question now is why, and more importantly, where is little King J?
And police have searched Davila's home and the neighborhood for evidence. They've also used a dog to search for any trace of little King J this morning. Cecilia.
We certainly hope he is okay. Okay, Marcus, thank you. We want to turn now to 2 frightening close calls. First, take a look at this one, a dash cam video, a very lucky driver there, thankfully safe, after a massive highway sign comes crashing down on her car. That's in Melbourne, Australia. Completely demolished that car. Yikes. Amazingly, the woman escaped with only minor injuries. An investigation is underway into how that sign collapsed. And that other close call we want to tell you about, a high-speed chase in Hollywood overnight, a driver stealing a van and leading police on a dangerous run, knocking over traffic lights, barreling through intersections, crashing into other vehicles, and narrowly missing pedestrians. Our Los Angeles station, KABC, caught it all from their chopper. The chase finally ends when the driver hits a curb and loses control of the van, slamming into some more parked cars before a man gets out of the passenger side. He turns out to be the driver and is now in police custody. It's a wild one there.
Could be there for some time. We're going to turn now to that major change coming for the Oscars. Looking like Hollywood's biggest night will go without a solo host after Kevin Hart told Michael right here on GMA that he won't reconsider his decision to drop out. TJ Holmes here with the latest. Hey, TJ.
Good morning to you, George. This is one of Hollywood's favorite annual guessing games. Who will host the Academy Awards? And with the show coming up just next month, we finally may have an answer. And the answer is not a name. The answer, George, is nobody. Just over a month before the Oscars, and the Academy still hasn't found a host.
And now, please welcome your host.
But this morning, it appears they've stopped looking. Variety reports the Academy has decided to forego filling one of the most high-profile gigs in show business.
No A-lister wants to host the Oscars at this point. There's nothing in it for them.
Kevin Hart was set to follow in the footsteps of Bob Hope, Billy Crystal, and Ellen DeGeneres, but bowed out following controversy over years-old anti-gay tweets. In recent days, it seemed like he could be brought back, but he put an end to that speculation here on GMA.
With all this being said and all this controversy and all the way ways you've addressed it, is there a hope that you would host the Oscars this year?
No.
So that's an absolute no.
Yes, I'm not hosting the Oscars this year.
So what would a host-free Oscars look like? It hasn't happened in 3 decades.
The last time there wasn't a host on the Oscars was in 1989, and that show is remembered as one of the biggest debacles in Oscar history, as it opened with a huge musical number, including infamously Rob Lowe singing a song with Snow White.
Oh, Mr. Lowe, I'm such a fan. Keep the cameras rolling.
Now, 30 years later, the search for a host is becoming fodder for other award shows.
We are going to have some fun, give out some awards, and one lucky audience member will host the Oscars.
All right, y'all, let's go back just a couple of years. Oscars So White last year was the lowest ratings in the history of the show. You go back now to the Kevin Hart debacle. Remember, they announced the wrong winner for Best Picture. They announced the award for Best Popular Movie, and then they had to take that back. It's been a rough stretch for this show, and they're still struggling.
Like being in a relationship. Why you bring up all the old things?
It's relevant if we're going to move forward, Stray. If we're going to move forward.
Step in and save the day, TJ.
You know what? I've been trying to go for years. This might be my year.
You know, Whoopi asked. Whoopi said she would step in and save the day. Well, they don't have a host of the Oscar, but we have a meteorologist. Her name is Ginger Z. And it's getting even colder in the Northeast, Ginger.
Even colder, I will give you that. We're not going to be winning when it comes to temperature. Black Mountain, North Carolina, very windy, up to 60-mile-per-hour gusts. We'll feel like 14 tomorrow morning. Albany, 1 below. Your local weather in 30 seconds. First, though, the cold cities, sponsored by Burlington.
When you donate a coat at Burlington, it's just like giving someone a coat.
It's a nice one.
You get 10% off your entire purchase, and someone gets a coat.
Thank you.
Join Burlington's commitment to giving back. You'll feel warm inside, and so will they.
She looks beautiful.
Time to donate. It's getting cold outside, so
Donate a coat.
Stay warm.
They all did it, and so many people just like you. And together, we donated over 2 million coats. But we can't stop now. Go to any Burlington store to donate a coat and share the warmth this winter.
Cold and blustery today, but at least we're going to have more sunshine. High temperatures stay in the 30s, but those wind chills, teens and 20s later today. And yes, we're still tracking accumulating snow for the weekend. It all develops Saturday afternoon. Here's 3 o'clock with it moving in. Right now, we've got a 50% chance of seeing 2 to 5 inches of snow across the area. So Saturday afternoon through Sunday, highs this weekend will be in the lower 30s across the area. Mainly dry next week, but continued cold.
Now a little something from the file of that can't be real, but it is.
Wow.
That's a swamp in Virginia Beach.
Wow.
Natural oils on a still day, clear day. You can see that rainbow from the oil, from the decaying vegetation.
Thank you, Ginger.
You're welcome.
Coming up here, could it be a $137 billion divorce? Amazon founder Jeff Bezos and his wife splitting after 25 years. We're going to tell you what we've learned about a prenup and his new relationship.
And here's some advice for you. Maybe don't tell anyone if you win the lottery. Why this roommate is now behind bars.
Well, I went through your return line by line and everything looks great.
Oh.